Do your curries taste bland? Most likely not down to the spicing. Today, I'm going to make a simple chicken curry, and I'm going to show you the 5 mistakes that a lot of people make. At least one of them, maybe a couple of them, and I'm going to show you how to correct them. Let's get going. So in my books, I've done a few just simple curries, and that's exactly what this is. But more importantly, this is not about the recipe itself, though I will put all the ingredients down below. It's not about the recipe itself, but how you can take these ingredients here and make them into something superior. And we're gonna get started, and we're gonna go step by step. I'll show you what the mistakes are that people make and how to fix them. And at the end, we're gonna have one amazing chicken curry. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple of tablespoons of oil into this pan. And I've got some whole spices here, which I'm going to add. And like I say, this is just a display. This is just to show how this works. But you can apply this to any curry you make. Just everything here will go with it. Could be a lamb curry, it could be a fish curry, it could be whatever kind of curry. Just make sure you follow these rules, and you will be a happier person at the end. So I've got my my oil quite hot there now, and I'm going to go ahead and add some whole spices. I got about a teaspoon of cumin and a teaspoon of coriander seeds that have been lightly crushed. And I'm just going to let that oil come up to heat, and as it does, these spices are going to just start to bubble, and they're going to infuse into the oil. This is a very important step because a lot of people will take it this far and think, okay, that's it, I've done what I'm supposed to, let's go on to the next step. Don't do that. When you hear it start to bubble away like it's beginning to now, you want those spices to sit in there. Be careful not to burn them, but you want them to cook in that hot oil for at least 30 seconds to a minute, and that's going to flavor the oil. It's called blooming the spices. And you bloom spices, whole spices and also ground spices. So right now we're doing the whole spices for this curry. You can hear them sizzling away there. And I'm just going to let them continue to do so. That is a big mistake that people make, not blooming their spices. So remember that. Make sure that if a recipe calls for it, you do it, and you'll be happier in the end. Now let's talk onions. Onions are the backbone of a curry, and most curries anyway. And so you don't want to just treat them incorrectly either. You want to really slowly cook them. So I'm going to add these onions. This is 2 red onions, kind of roughly chopped there. Add them to the oil. And at the same time, I'm going to add a little bit of salt, which is going to help not only flavor the curry, but also it's going to bring out some of the moisture from those onions. So I'm just going to stir those in there. So rule number 2, do not rush your onions. Most recipes will tell you to fry the onions, saute the onions for about 5 minutes or until they're translucent and soft. I'm going to go a little bit further today because I really want this curry to have some spectacular flavor. And I'm going to cook these down for about 10, maybe even 15 minutes until they're a nice golden brown. That's where the flavor is. And we'll come back when I've got them right down to that stage. Never carry on with a curry when your onions are looking like this. I'll show you what they're supposed to look like soon. So as your onions are browning, be sure to stir them every now and then just so they get a little bit more evenly cooked. Those are looking really good right now. I'm going to put in a couple tablespoons of garlic and ginger paste. Spread that all out in there. And you can already smell the difference. The garlic and ginger is just, that's what curries are all about. To that, I'm going to add some chilies. And also, this is kind of an Adrak, so a ginger curry I'm making today. So I've got some roughly chopped ginger there as well. And that's just going to melt into the finished sauce. There we are. We're just going to let that sit there and saute for about 30 seconds. Looking nice. And then I've got my spices here. Now the spices, like I say, this is just I'm just showing you how to do this. So they're going to be different in different curries. This is a nice combination though. But just like I showed you at the beginning, blooming the spices, blooming the whole spices, you want to do the same right now. You're adding your Kashmiri chili powder, coriander, turmeric, some cumin there. I got some chili flakes too, which I'm going to add most of. There we are. And I just want to cook those into the onions just to bring out their flavor into the onions there. This is pretty much our base masala there. Now we're going to start adding the liquids and the chicken. So I got about 200 grams of chopped tomatoes. I'm going to add those in there. And we'll just stir those into the onions and spices. And then I've got some chicken thighs on the bone. I'm going to be doing a video here soon about how to choose the right meat for your different curries and everything. Chicken thighs on the bone are a good one. So I'm going to put those in there like that. And all I want to do at this stage, we're not cooking the chicken, we're just sealing it. We're getting these beautiful flavors into the flesh of the chicken. Just like that. There we are. Just kind of sealing it there. Now let's talk about the liquid. Now I'm going to just be adding some water to this because I'm cooking thighs on the bone. It's going to produce an amazing flavor. You could use chicken stock instead of water. I'm just going to use water today. And what you want to just add a little bit at a time. Just kind of get all the spices coating that chicken. And I'm just going to cover the chicken, just almost cover the chicken with the water. There we are, maybe a little bit more, just to help the chicken cook. And now comes the long simmer. So I'm going to let this simmer now, as long as I need to, but from experience, it's going to take about 20 minutes or so, just to let this cook down and thicken. And that is the biggest mistake people make, not cooking the sauce down enough. If you're following a recipe and it says let the sauce simmer for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and you do that and just think, okay, I'm gonna serve this curry now, you might be disappointed. Because if there's too much sauce, if there's too much liquid, water, even stock, you're gonna be disappointed. So I'm going to cook this down now. As you can see right now, I'm going to add a little bit more just to help the chicken cook. But as you can see right now, the sauce is very thin. It's not a sauce at all. It's just there to cook the chicken. And in about 15-20 minutes, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you what this looks like. Right, so this has been simmering here for about 20 minutes. The sauce is now properly thick. Really nice, just cling into that meat. And as a little side note here, I want to let you know, okay, I used thighs on the bone, so they can stand up to a long cook. If you're using something like breast can dry out. So be very careful how much water you add, just enough so that you can cook the chicken and also let it cook down and thicken without drying your meat out. But this is gonna be perfect. Now, the last thing, well, not the last thing, the fourth thing where people go wrong is seasoning. And I'm just going to try some of this. Remember, I did add a little bit of salt to the onion, so there's a little bit of salt in there. Salt brings out the spices. It makes them go crazy in a curry. Don't add enough salt, you're not going to taste them to their full potential. So I'm adding just a little bit of salt here. A little bit more. I'm gonna turn my curry down there. Really nice thick sauce. Give this a try. That's spectacular. And I'm not even finished yet. Really good. Okay, now the last thing. So we've seasoned it. And that's going to be to taste. You're going to need to try that. I recommend trying the curry. When that sauce starts to thicken and you're looking, okay, that's about ready now. That's when you season it. And you season it to taste. Don't go crazy. Salt does not need to mean salty. It just, if you add the right amount of salt, it's just going to bring out all the flavors and make them flourish. There we are. So now comes balancing. Balancing is where you just take this, and Caroline, are you here? Yeah. Caroline, could you give me a lime, please? Balancing is where you take the curry and you just take it from this level up to this level. And a lot of people don't do the balancing. Just throw it to me.
You're not very good catcher, are you?
No, I'm not. I was kicked off the baseball team in California. Didn't work. Okay. Gonna chop this lime here. And I'm just gonna give it finishing touches, the balancing of it. So I'm gonna add a little bit of lime juice, lemon juice, that type of thing. You always want to add it at the end of cooking anyway, because the flavor will cook out if you cook it too long. So you just want to give it that nice tang. And having just tried this curry, I think it needs just a tiny bit of sugar, not too much. I don't like sweet things. Just gonna add just a touch, just to balance out the acidity, the saltiness. And then we're gonna add some yogurt. Now, this is kind of gonna give it a nice, lush flavor. You could use butter, you could use cream, just something to give it a little bit of oomph at the end. And with a curry like this, which is a proper Punjabi ginger or Adrak curry, you're going to want to use some kasuri methi just by sprinkling it over the top. Kasuri methi is pretty much good in almost every curry, especially the ones that are a little bit over mild, medium to spicy. Very nice. I'm going to turn this off now. Add a little bit of coriander. I'll bet this is going to be very good. Follow these instructions. I promise you'll think it comes from a 5-star restaurant. They're not going to get any better at a restaurant because I did everything. You're going to do everything correctly. You're going to look at all those mistakes that you might have made in the past, and you're going to correct those. Let's recap. Certain things that you can do. There's 5 things that people make, the mistakes that people make when they're making a curry, and we're going to go through those right now. First of all is not blooming your spices. Make sure you bloom those spices. You just infuse it into oil for about a minute or even 2 minutes. Don't burn the spices, just let them flavor that oil. Second is not cooking your onions long enough. Make sure to saute those onions so that they are nice golden brown. Some curries you can get away with 5 minutes, but I usually say about 10 minutes, maybe even 15 minutes, as I've done with this one. Third is when you add the liquid. When you add liquid, add just enough that you need to cook the curry. Or if you want to simmer it longer, just enough to do that as well. But adding too much or serving it when there's too much liquid in there, that's going to make a bland curry. Cooking it down, it just gives, it makes all the difference. The fourth thing that people make, mistake people make, is they don't season it correctly. You can season it all along, but usually I season my curries both at the beginning when I'm adding salt to the onions, but also at the end. So I just taste it with that nice thick sauce. Let it just simmer in there. Give it a couple tries, and just make sure that it's perfect, and let it simmer out. Kind of get through the curry with the salt. And the fifth thing that people don't do is balance the curry at the end. So you can balance the curry in several ways. You could do like I've done and add a little bit of lime juice just to give it a nice tart flavor. You might want to add some chilies, just some fresh chilies for a nice kick. Add a little bit of sugar, add some cream, add some butter, or so like I did here, some yogurt. Just whatever you feel like doing to make it what you want it to be. If you're not following a recipe, a lot of recipes will tell you exactly what to do. Just make sure you balance your curry at the end. I hope this has been a big help. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've got a lot more videos on the way, so please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification button. I'm going to be bringing out recipe videos and also instruction videos to help you get the best out of your time in the kitchen. And we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.